Hi, beloveds. All right. So, y'all probably wondering why I'm standing up. I don't know either. So, I'm going to just sit down and we're just going to begin with the Prophetic Vessel Show. All right. So, thank you so much for joining me. Welcome. This will be the case of the episode 2 of 20. Make sure to check out episode 1 if you haven't. It's pivotal that you do to understand the structure and the format of what we got going on here. All right. If you're looking to book me for my services, I do offer dream interpretations, love readings, spiritual path readings, as well as messages from God. All right. My one-on-one sessions are currently closed. I no longer offer those, but I will be reopening those in 4 months' time. All right. Let's tap into this energy further. So God is wanting me to tap us in. All right. Let's go. I'm hearing a lot of conversations, all right? Before we begin, God would like me to put out a disclaimer that this episode, rather each episode will contain a separate narrative, and further on there will be themes as well. We'll get there and whatnot. However, episode 2 hence will be different from episode 1. Episode 1 will be different from episode 3. Every message contains a different narrative. Let's tap into this one. All right, let's go. A lot of Leo energy, the fire elements. All right. We have Capricorn and Libra as well. The energies, Aquarius too. All right, let's go. So we have the devil energy. I chuckled when I pulled the devil energy. So for episode 2 of 20, the narrative is as follows. We are going to be taking a look at this person's financial situation and how their socioeconomic status quo influences their psychological mindset. And how, furthermore, basically in simpler terms, we're going to be dissecting why they act the way they do, why they think they are who they are, what are their attachments behind the scenes, like what's holding them down, what are their anchors, if you know what I mean. So the devil energy, all right, this is Capricorn, followed by the Emperor energy. This is Aries energy. This is boss status. All right, this is a higher advanced status quo of life. All right, and be cool to not keep those there. Let's proceed and see what's going on further with this narrative. So we have the devil and the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups energy is the card of sorrow, sorrow. And with that being said, this person, they have a certain reputation they have to uphold in their world, all right, in their reality, in terms of the their socioeconomic status quo, who they are, who they identify as in their reality. God is saying I should dissect further that this person tries too hard to maintain this position because they feel that this is all they have. This is who they are, therefore. So that's deep. Let's let that sink in for a moment. So God is basically saying, whoever this person is to you and however they identify in your reality, simpler terms, who you know them to be, who you know them as in your life, in their reality, in their world, is exactly that attachment, all right? That's their anchor. That's their everything. Their identity is everything to them. But they treat their identity as a career. It's based on appearances. It's based on looks. Taking things sort of like face value. You know, that's where we get fucked the most in life. Taking things by face value. It's never the way. Alright? It's never the way. We gotta look in depth. Let's tap in further to the layers here. What's this narrative, God? Talk to us, please, Father. Guide me, Holy Spirit. Let's go. We have the Two of Pentacles here. Oh, followed by the Queen of Cups. Okay. So I think I've gathered what's going on. Let's tap in further and establish the story. So, God wants me to use this person's cabin from episode 1 as a reference point to sort of dissect episode 2. So have that in mind as a reference point. So this is someone who dwells in that quote-unquote cabin that we've established in episode 1. We know the dynamics and the relationship that they have with it as well, their place. However, God has a question. Why do you think that this person chooses to do it in isolation, whatever they do? Because they know it's bad stuff, right? And with that being said, they have to isolate themselves. They have to, all right? Because if they don't, they might just get exposed. They might just get illuminated. It could come out that that person ain't right. The Case of the Banshee, episode 2 of 20. Let's go. What's going on here? I'm being called to change the energy and change the deck of cards as well, but keep not only the Devil but also the Five of Cups, pardon me, as well. We have the Ten of Swords here, the card of suicidal thinking, dark thoughts. I'm being shown the card of the mirror, the card of the projection, and the projector. There's a lot going on here. It's a lot to deal with. This person is a lot. And they're bad news too. Shit. One more. I was told that will be all right? So we have the Judgment Call. The Judgment Call. Earlier I said I was hearing conversations, and then we have the Judgment Call. I'm hearing ring, 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 ring. Who's there? You know who it is. You know who it is. So God is saying we should further also dissect this person's attempts to speak to false hierophants and high priestesses behind the scenes to better and evolve the quality of their life, however way that they see it to be, however way that they want it to be. That's the fact that this person, that narrative in their mind is solely based on what they want for themselves alone. They don't care about anyone else, even though they claim to care about. Things like family, friends, close ones, loved ones, things of that sort. People of that nature surrounding them. They lie and put on a show, a front. Yes, I care. Yes, I'm this. But it's unreal. It's not true. People around them, though, they don't buy it. Because if you look at this person superficially, you might miss that in depth they're actually sickly, unwell, a little bit scary, horrifying to be around for a long time. Because with the devil energy here, it's like this person has like bad juju, bad aura. Being around them is depleting. It's unnecessarily draining to the spirit, your spirit, whoever is around them, rather, right? Let's proceed here back to the card of dark thoughts, dark thinking. Pretty intense energy here that we got going on, guys. This person lacks accountability within themselves. They don't like to reflect. So what happens is they just start to spiral out of control because of that fact. They lack accountability. They never look at themselves. They always right. All right? To them, life is a game. Life is a thrilling game. And whoever gets hurt in the process, well, it was just their fault. The energies, morbid, real morbid. Wicked motherfucker here. The Case of the Banshee, episode 2 of 20. Let's go. We have Virgo energy on the table. We established that we have Capricorn energy. We have Gemini energy. We have Scorpio energy. We have Taurus energy. More Scorpio energy. Pisces energy. And Cancer too. So with that being said, the numbers on the table are 5, 2. God is saying 5, 5. All right. So yeah, let's go. God is saying this person, we know that they have a false sense of perception. We know that they're drowning within themselves. They're lost within. It's an entrapment within, though. It's hidden. That's why they isolate. That's why they put on a facade, a show and act, right? It's not genuine. It doesn't come from a good-hearted place. It's never for what they say it's for. They always have ulterior motives. This is the type of person you can never trust. And everyone around them sees them for who they are. They're just stuck in their own illusion that they fooled people otherwise. They're stuck in their illusion that no one knows their truth. But when truly, it's like when you've been in your head for so long with regards to something, you start to actually believe your own lies, your own thoughts, no matter how dark they go, no matter how morbid it can become. It can be a rabbit hole within you, man. It's like an entrapment. You just go further and further within you. And it just gets darker and darker every day because you choose to stay in that reality. You being this person, not you, my beloved, my collective, my prophetic vessels.
So that being said here, this person lacks that accountability. Therefore, if you were to tell them this information, they would think you are hateful or being hateful, or you are not telling the truth. But when truly you are not telling their truth, back to the fact that they're living in their mind. In their mind, everything that they're doing is fine. Back to lack of accountability, back to entrapment within self. Themselves, themselves. So God is saying that, this person, they love attention, they love validation, they love to be praised, they love to be glorified, but they seek that sort of pathway for life. That's all they want out of life. So, that's wild though, right? That's wild. And because obviously not everyone is going to kiss them at their feet and tell them they're this and that, whoever doesn't obey, like yourself, whoever doesn't bow down to whoever doesn't play their game with them, they have to find a way to cause a disruption in their life, that person's life, to get them to play their game somehow. That's what God is saying. Somewhat aligning themselves, forcing themselves, pushing themselves into someone else's life, no matter the cause, no matter the purpose, as long as it fulfills them, they don't care. They don't care who's involved, they don't care who they have to step on, they don't care who doesn't respect them. They will make you want to respect them. They will intimidate you, they will make you fearful, they'll throw things at you, they'll send energies your way, they'll send people your way even to that extent. This person is that type of motherfucker. They lack that sort of accountability within themselves. We had the devil coming out first. That was the first energy on the table. Ashe. That says a lot, all right, about who we have here and the energy of this person. Let's go once more with the deck of cards, what God is saying. I just heard the word transactions, all right? So God is saying this person is the type of person to practice their identity behind the scenes and then portray it to people, hoping they sell it, hoping people buy into their little facade, and hoping that nobody notices that it's not real, it's an illusion. And back to the fact that this person, they only live in their head. They don't do anything for other people. They're selfish in their ways. They don't care who they step on. They don't care who you are, and they don't give a damn about your reality. What they want is to get what they want is their way. That's it. And that's what they determined to get, no matter what. Alright, no matter what. That's what God is saying. So within that regard, you have someone here who, they don't work on themselves and they don't care to do so as well. And you are a constant reminder that there is a lack of void within themselves that they feel they need to fill up by tormenting you. The word transactions is coming to me again. I'm hearing it again. And I'm hearing it in like chanting form. I'm hearing it in chanting form. That's the thing though. That's what's catching me off guard about that energy. So I feel like this person, how they maintain their status quo in their life, whoever they are in their reality, whoever they identify as, they do rituals on their money. They do rituals on their success, and they do rituals on their career so that things can be successful, so that things can be prosperous for them. This be the type of motherfucker that you think that you're the best at something, or you're good at something or whatever, and then they come through out of nowhere and just take over and blind you while you at it. Because it's that type of energy that they're vengeful, revengeful. They plot and scheme. They're always behind the scenes where they're doing this and that. They care so much about their image that they're willing to do whatever to maintain it. It's not even about just money. It's just about this person has this deep wound within themselves that they need to feel. Avoid, all right? Avoid. And this void that they have to fill, they need to fill it with power. But not just any power, a certain type of power. This person is concerned about having power over the masses, over the people in their world and reality, and the people they surround themselves with every day. This is a control freak motherfucker. This is someone who, that's what they're concerned about in life, and that's all they care about. That's why they're sickly, and that's why they're so lost within themselves. It's an entrapment. It's like down the rabbit hole we fucking go, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It be like that. It really do. So this person is like, when their mind is like, oh my God, TikTok, 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 TikTok. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. They worried about something. And I feel like whatever they worried about has to do with their finances, has to do with their status quo, and has to do with the maintenance of it too. They're so obsessed with who they are and who they've manufactured themselves to be in their world, they need to do something to maintain it. So whoever is not in alignment, they want to tamper with that person's destiny or tamper with that person's life. Whoever doesn't agree with that, with what they're trying to do. And they feel like, you know, you are someone who is one of those people that oppose them. You know, they feel you are a hater. In their mind, you are the one that's lost somehow, or you are the one that does a lot. Back to, this is the person that projects. They're the projector. That's that type of motherfucker. That's all they do in life, because they don't take accountability, because they don't work on themselves. It's a real thing. If you don't do that shit, you'll constantly find another person to blame and not yourself. When it comes to the real shit, you'll constantly find things to cover up because you're so used to the lack of accountability. It's real. It's like down the rabbit hole we fucking go. Ashe. So God is saying I should proceed further here. So it's sort of like, beloved, you're dealing with someone here who, the further they go within themselves, the more they hate themselves and the more they are scared of themselves too. It's like this person, I feel, once upon a time in their life, they felt like they had it together. Once upon a time in their life, they felt like things were gonna go their way. They felt like if they maybe try certain ways, bending certain rules, changing their identity somehow to fit certain societal norms, economic status quos and whatnot, you know, the rep and image type lifestyle, they felt like fitting in within that regard would prosper them. That's what would make them feel whole. Back to the void within. This person is empty. They're an empty vessel. Alright? Ashe. 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 So they're one of those people that walk the earth with revenge in mind every day. To say they're hateful, bitter, miserable, lost within is an understatement. They're more than that. It's psychologically embedded within them to be this way. Vengeful, vindictive, calculated, manipulative, and constantly on the rise, on the move, to fuck another person over, to cause trouble, or to create drama, chaos, and strife. They live for that shit. I'm seeing they need that shit in their life. They get bored without that shit. Damn, this is a sicko motherfucker. This person keeps dissecting themselves further though. They keep wanting to come back to themselves and look at themselves and try to fix this about themselves, but they fixing themselves to, again, fit their manufactured persona that they've created, all right? It's not a real perception. They want to fit themselves somewhere. God is saying this person never had a home. They never felt, therefore, that they belonged anywhere. So not only do they walk around with revenge in mind, they walk around with, I am my own home. Fuck everybody. I hate everybody. But it's not coming from anything but their trauma, their pain, and their unhealed nature, their unhealed ways. They're in an entrapment. Down the rabbit hole we go. They can't stop this behavior. So much so that it has become sinister, I tell you, sinister. I'm seeing they take it to the deep end with it. The far ocean. This person does a lot of shit. Alright? And God is saying that because of that, they're unable to progress. They're unable to be recognized. And they're unable to get to where they're really destined to be. This person keeps living life closed-mindedly, choosing that, embracing that, not caring about the concept of time and how it works and what actually matters in life. But what they value truly is advantage, power tools, tactics, and manipulation. They value being seen a certain way, so much so that they do all that they can to maintain it. Back to that. Back to that. God is saying that the only reason they choose to maintain their image is not only just for the status quo, the caliber, the image itself. It's also to better themselves, because this is someone that feels disgusting. Because they know what they do, they know what they get up to, and they know who they identify as within them. It's like this is someone whose internalized environment, the world that exists within them, that inner dialogue they have with themselves, their thoughts, right? Let's say maybe they're having a conversation with you, or they would have a conversation with you, or if they would ever have a conversation with you, it'd be one of those things where, or anybody, God is saying anybody, whoever they speak to, when they conversate with people, they often internalize their thoughts about those people. And oftentimes the thoughts they have are very morbid, dark, disgusting, dangerous, and sort of judgmental. And they don't care, they don't care, they don't care, they don't care. And because of that, they keep existing in that environment. Like they love internalizing their thoughts and their feelings and stuff of that nature. And with that being said, it's dark in there. God is saying there's no need to tap into that for this episode. There's no need to even go and elaborate further into it. But what should be looked at is this person's need for control. This person's struggle, grapple with control. Why is it so deep? Why do you feel the need to hold on to tomorrow, not even knowing what tomorrow brings? This person's inability to surrender shows that all they seek in life is power, because they've never felt seen. I'm seeing they've always been a miserable individual. They've always been melancholy. Their life has never went the way they wanted in their favor. But that's because God is saying this person is not a good person. Doors won't open for bad motherfuckers, alright? Doors won't open for people that just don't align with the big God, with the Holy Spirit, alright? People that do their own thing, run for their own cause out here are the ones that are often the most lost. Now, whether they do a good job in hiding it or not, they're still lost nonetheless. That's a common denominator in their life. So God is saying this person is just one of those people. They're very lost. Whatever they idolize, whatever they praise, whatever of whatever their attachments are, back to that, whatever their anchors are, we are dissecting them, right? And clearly we see that those anchors are very fragmented, they're very fragile. Nothing real that they can actually base their life on. Nothing real that they can actually, or nothing real that can prosper them from these anchors, these things that they believe in, these things that they keep praising, these deities, these idolizations and concepts that they base their whole life on. And being a bad person while at it, and judging other people while they're at it too. Judging good people who do good things and try to help humanity, like yourself. A good Samaritan of life, a good civilian, a good person, a good individual, a good chap. They just hate your positivity. Like, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. For real though. That's how this person feels. And because they always in that vibration of I don't care about love, I don't want love, I'm the devil, I'm this, I know that. They're empty. They're an empty vessel. Their cup is unfilled. They're in a state of lack of fulfillment. Alright? The cup is, their cup doesn't runneth over like yours. Alright? They don't have love to give because they don't have love within. This be a type of motherfucker that they need to get themselves checked out. They need to really reflect on life. Because their ways are going to really be their downfall if they don't really step up and be a good person. Stop manipulating other people for their advantage. Stop coming into people's world and life wanting to take over what they have built for themselves. Stop thinking you have power over people just because you have this and this and that. Your little anchors, attachments, and things that you hope will give you that rise of fame, or rise to this, or rise to success. That ladder, back to the fact, the example I'd like to give again, I gave it in a previous message that I did in a previous series, right? This is a series, but this is the case of a banshee, episode 2. I did it in a previous series. I can't remember which one. I mentioned it, brother. I mentioned it, and it was a song that came to mind, and it's coming to mind right now again. And it goes like, it's referencing that, yes, everyone is on their way to the top, trying to find their way, figure out life, but not everyone is doing it the right way or with good intentions or with a good-hearted nature. Some people are interested in their own things alone and they don't care what they have to do to get to where they need to be. But those be the type of people that fall off the ladder. It says, the snake don't got no hands, so the snake will fall off the ladder. The snake don't got no hands, so the snake will fall off the ladder. Alright? And the hands is the anchor, who you believe in, and that's God. Alright? Stay prayed up in these dangerous times of envy. People are lucid. People are weird. Alright? So, like this person here with issues, inner turmoil they always face and project. They don't want to work on their issues. It's like we all go through that in life. We all go through phases where, and periods of time where, and trimesters of time of our life, that we feel worthless, we feel depressed, we feel out of sorts, and we feel like we are at our lowest. Like you could even be there at that point in your life, and you could not even choose to do half of the things that this person does, because they take their bad circumstance as a reason to be a bad person when they can transmute that into positivity for a better life, their life, their life. But what they choose to do is to project. What they choose to do is to not learn, not evolve, and therefore they repeat the same lessons. They remain in the same karmic cycles, and they never change. Evolution is change. Alright? Yeah, the hangman. Pure stagnancy. The hangman energy is stagnancy. I was called to pull the hangman. That's what will become of this person's ways. Their downfall will create stagnancy. Everything is going to slow down. The snake don't got no hands, so the snake will fall off the ladder. Alright? And some people just gotta learn the hard way. And God, gets tired too. Because some people, they oftentimes say, oh, God makes these promises, God makes these promises, God makes these promises. But you also forget the promises you once made to God. You forget what you said you would change about yourself. You forget what you need to work on because you're so focused on, oh, God promised, God. It starts with you guys. You are the vessel, the embodiment. So if you don't allow God in, you won't be able to embody Him. You won't be even able to say His name without feeling like you're saying it in vain, or your heart beating quickly like, oh, what the fuck, maybe, That's why, time is a thing, because time tells a story, and the story will always lead to truth. Because that's what life is all about, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you do in the darkness under the moon will always shine under the sun. The truth will come out. So people better spare themselves, the time of being false in life, and just do good and be good and evolve. All right. This person doesn't want to do that. They refuse to, and they always fight against the cause of being a good person. They always fight against the cause of doing good. They always fight against the cause of being of good. They don't want righteousness. They don't seek righteousness. They're not of righteousness, and they know that, and they embrace that about themselves too. And because their ways always mean more to them than the care of being a good-hearted person, they depend on their ways and try to mend life, their pathway of life, to fit it. Their desires. We spoke about this. We've dissected this person's grapple with control. They grapple with wanting their way. They grapple with wanting this and that to go their way. Everything, rather, right? So here we have the Hierophant and the Two of Swords energy. So basically, the Hierophant energy is God, right? It's God in its way of a form of God. So every card is an experience with God, right? And the Hierophant is basically the highest level of experiencing God. And so I feel like this person in their life, they think they're God. They declare themselves to be a God. And they like to be idolized, deitized, and looked at as that. They like to be looked up to. They like to be better than people. They can't even humble themselves. They're never the person that's down to earth, that seeks to be better. They're always the person that's bitter, miserable, and wants this and that to go their way. And fuck that one, I hate that one, and this, that, and the third. Alright? And there's only so far that you can go with that energy in heart and spirit and mind. And it not killing you inside, getting you inside, something you inside, something. Back to the fact that this person is an empty vessel. They dead inside. This person likes to look at other people's lives, dissect them in the way that they see them, and basically carve a path in their head of where they see the person going, or who they see them to be, and who they, who they are. That's the fact that they like to play God. This person doesn't give a fuck about God. They could, it's that kind of energy. So God is saying people like that mean people that refuse to grow, people that refuse to learn, and people that will learn the hard way, that God will be God, no matter your awareness, your validation, your little claps, your little pat on the back to God, or your little praise and validate. It's God regardless. And in the end, you will need God, that self. You will need Him. Because He, that self, is the way, the only way that there'll ever be. And your ass will die with that existence of it in truth. So even when you die, God will be God. Even when you die, God will be God. Even when you die, God will be, is God. Alright? And God is love, stems from love. God loves love. And those that walk with God are oftentimes the ones that embody the most love in their reality to others, towards others. Because they pray, they believe, and they have faith. And those that are people that find favor in humans, in people, in their jobs, in their careers, genuinely finding the favor, not doing things to manipulate, not doing things to do this and alter this, just genuinely getting there, genuinely getting to the top, tip of the top, or successful place, or a better life, genuinely walking the path, genuinely trying to figure this life thing out. Ashe? Not walking life, the path of life, trying to discover ways you can manipulate people into doing what you want them to do. So they see you how you want them to see you. So they understand you how you want to be understood. Rather, no, creating a world of your own and be content with who you are. That's the way. And the way that will always be. Of truth, authenticity. Create your own magic, be your own magician, be your own person, and be content with that. But this be the type of person that is never content. They want more power, feed me more, feed me more, feed me more, feed me more. Alright? And everyone in their reality just has to obey. And if you don't, you in for a ride. They're gonna go behind the scenes and try to send things your way, send energy your way. Try to cast a spell your way to manipulate and tamper with your life because you just don't believe or agree with them. That's sick, man. These are the type of people that do those type of things to others in their world because they feel that powerful. See, they want to be respected like a god. They want to be seen like a god because they believe that they are a god. But we could be gods walking around, but there is the one true living God. Right? The one that flooded this motherfucker and started it over, right? So we can blow the little wings to the tree, but he can huff and puff and the wind will just, it could break a house. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yes, we are made of his image, but we are not him. God knows that there are some of his children that don't want to know their place, like this one. But that doesn't make this person, in their mind, they're a God. To God, they're a child. And that's just that. Right? All of us are, myself included. And I like it that way. I don't want to be no God. But we have people that enjoy idolization, enjoy glorification, enjoy being idolized. Yeah. They enjoy that. You know, we had the Empress showing up, the card of high class, the card of etiquette, the card of the, you know, those men that put those suits and have those handkerchiefs in their pocket and they're, the card of the, you know, those movies, you know, that type of caliber. I feel like this person is reaching for that in their life. That's all they care about. No matter who else is it's like, I don't care, I just want what I want type energy. Alright? And I feel like this person has a lot more skeletons, a lot more that they hide in life. And they're afraid that a lot of their secrets are gonna get figured out. So since we are on episode 2 of 20 for the case of the Banshee, God is saying that, I should leave the Hierophant here. God is saying that We are going to return back. Well, I will be returning back with episode 3 of 20 for the case of the Banshee, alright? Where we dissect further what's going on with this person, the life of this person, and what's really the issue, what they get up to for real, you know? So that's what God is saying, God thyself. I hope this brought you insight, closure. I hope this made you feel connected to God, and I hope this makes you feel protected, you know what I'm saying? And I hope this aligns you with your spiritual journey even further. I love you, all right? Let me offer you my services. I offer dream interpretations, love readings, spiritual path readings, as well as messages from God. I'm sending you nothing but love once more. Until next time, see you on episode 3 of 20 for the case of the Banshee. Bye.